Hi, I'm Edward Musio, CEO of Group Harmonics, and I'm going to tell you why email starts fights. It happens all the time. It starts out as a simple bit of information, turns first into a discussion, then an argument. Finally, our inbox is full of emails back and forth, and no one knows what's going on. It's not an accident. In the late 1960s, a man named Dr. Albert Mehrabian did a study of how we communicate. He concluded there are 3 different areas of communication where information is passed on. The first is words. These are the words we use. The second is tone, or the sound of our voice. And the third is visual cues like how our face looks and how we're moving our body. Now, Dr. Mehrabian concluded in his research that the distribution of information looked like this. The visual cues represent 55% of the information that gets transferred. The tone cues represent 38% of the information. And the words represent only 7% of the overall message. Now, since then, other people have argued over those exact percentages, but the message is the same. Think about a presentation you've seen that was memorable and good. You probably remember the overall message. That's the whole pie. You probably remember how the person looked, how they moved, what their energy was like. That's the visual and the tone. But I bet you couldn't write the script of exactly what they said. You don't remember the exact words. It's the smallest part of the information. That's the problem with email. Email is all about the words. Let's say I sent you this email. The words are, I didn't say you have an attitude problem. What exactly do I mean? Is it I didn't say you have an attitude problem? Somebody else said it. Is it I didn't say you have an attitude problem? I meant your coworker. Or is it I didn't say you have an attitude problem? I meant you have a communication problem. The words aren't enough to communicate the message. And that's the problem with email. This is a terrible message to send in email because it isn't clear what I mean. What do you do about this? Well, the answer is simple. You use email only when you should. If you're talking about facts, if you're talking about data, when is the meeting? What are the directions to get there? What's our agenda? What's the new policy? Excellent for email. But draw the line there. When you get into emotional content, when you get into sensitive issues, do not let email be your answer. Stop it here and switch back over to in person or on the phone. Remember, if you get on the phone, you pick up tone again, you've picked up 38% of the information. If you can get to the person in person, you get this 55% back as well. Don't make the mistake of using only 7% of the information, only the email, to solve a complex issue. It won't work, and your email will start a fight.